Okay, Coach, thank you. On a cold night at the foot of the Rockies, EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to Empower Field at Mile High in Denver, Colorado. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Denver Broncos. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Set, ready? 60 outlaw. Check, check. Hey, Haywood.
Here we go, let's bring it. Let's go, let's bring it. Let's bring it. 43.
Big trip.
On first and 10, Costello. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
It's a big play there for the Steelers. 58 yards.
First down, Steelers.
A lot of attention paid this week in practice to red zone offense. The coach was optimistic about how it went. We'll see. On first down, Penn. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard.
Brings up second and 9 at the Broncos' 17-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's second and 9.
Check, check, check. Check, check. Check.
5.
They'll try the left side. Finley. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It's a loss of 2, now third down. A tale of two extremes. First carry, he went for a bundle. His second goes backward.
And how many times have we seen that happen? Because you get that big carry, and you come back and you're all fired up, and sometimes you force a run a little bit, right? Trying to break off that big carry again, and instead it works opposite.
Check, check, 43. Tackles. 43 is the mark. 43 is the mark. Hey, watch the slant. Kill.
Leo.
Check three.
Smooth. Now.
On third down, Costello. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now, since it's fourth down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. And his kick is indeed good. And the Steelers will jump out to a 3-zip lead. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
This is fielded at the goal line. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Lock and the Broncos going to come up first and 10 at their own 23. They'll run for the first time with Phillip Lindsay. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Go.
Watch the slant. Motion, motion. 90.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
On second and 12, Locke. He completes this to Sutton. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 42.
That's another Broncos first down. First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Hey, orbit.
90 is a mic.
90. Go.
Throwing on first down is Locke. Flush to his right. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
6-6. Pull it high. Go. Go.
90 is a mic.
Throwing again on second down. Locke. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
And let's face it, that what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage after it.
Got the speed, the agility, so good with run after catch. And we're only in the first quarter, so they better get a wrangle and a hold on that quickly.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And what's really difficult to try and defend him is if you want to press him so that you get him on the ground quickly after the catch, a lot of times he'll just run past you at the initial point of contact, and he'll go deep.
And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. T.J. Watt in on the tackle. So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10.
Slam.
Recon. 132 fighter. Big grip.
Now Locke throwing on second down. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. No yardage to speak of whatsoever. Leads to a third down.
He's forced out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10.
Ready.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. A great effort there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Broncos have taken the lead. Extra point from McManus is good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And to no one's surprise here in Denver, that'll carry through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left. We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And they're going to get about 3 here out of this first down run, and that'll bring up 2nd and 7. Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver.
60 outlaw. Hey, Delta. X3. 218. Chopper. Push him back down.
On 2nd down, Finley. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
43 is the mic. 43 is the mic. Got you. I got you, son. I got you, son.
To throw on 3rd down, Costello. And that will be incomplete. That makes them now 0 for 2 here in the first quarter on 3rd down conversions.
And now they'll look to their defense because they need them to step up so they don't fall further behind here in the early going.
The Steelers send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Taking it about the 16. And 9 yards there on the return following a punt of 47. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, get the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports.
Ready to break.
48 is the mic. Get him. Get him. Get him.
Hey, wahoo.
Check 48.
Hey, go.
Throwing his lock on 3rd down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. T.J. Watt causing the disruption. He gets the sack.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now.
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
Taking on the midfield logo. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Steeler offense, they're set up nicely as they take over. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Greystone travel. Hey, seam 6. Seam 6. Hit it.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28.
Come on, set.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Hey, Charlie.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Check that. We got Mike Gibson 2 right here. Watch his flat.
Here's a 2nd and 7. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. No gain there, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. They tried to swing it out left into the flat, but the defense, they were very principled there.
It felt very West Coast offense, didn't it? You know their expression, right? On a West Coast offense, when they throw the ball, it's either going to be a touchdown or a check down, meaning they like to press it downfield. If they don't have it, swing it out, which is exactly what we saw there. But how about the great pursuit and tackle to make a nice play?
7. Go. Hey, Echo.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping.
Hey, box drop. 43. Look at me. Zipper.
I'm going to lose 1.
Hey, Haywood.
43 is the mic, boy. 43. Check, 43. I'm going to run you over. 43 is the mic. 43 is the mic.
Operating from the gun. Costello. They'll roll him out right. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Troy Apke.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
Ready.
After the turnover, here's Locke. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. It's a big play there for the Broncos. 47 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Yo, get it.
On 1st down, Locke. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. Ben Banagoo. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
Hey. You got 3. 3 down. Check 31.
22 jet bomber. Tight yard. Look. Squeeze.
Hey, watch it. Hey.
Hard. Fire.
And he'll give it here to his running back. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
Brings up 3rd and 8.
Hey, exit.
Check 48's the mic.
Yeah.
From the gun on 3rd down, Locke. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on 1st down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away. Throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
Ready.
Watch the screen. Check 50.
Blue draw corkers.
Mike 55, Mike
Smooth.
Hey, eat. Watch the flood, watch the flood, watch the flood.
Looking to throw again on second down. Lock. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Broncos push further out in front. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. Fielded about a yard deep. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
They'll run on first down. Penn, and he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
36. Hey, orbit.
43 is the mic, boy, 43.
Check it, go.
On second down now. Penn, and he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
A gain of 5. And the Steelers first down.
We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 12 yards that time and a Pittsburgh first. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And he's going to be met at about the 43. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They'll try the left side. Penn, he's got a first down and more inside the 30. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A big play there. His 9th touchdown of the season as his guys are back within a single score. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes it a 14-10 ball game.
14. Steelers 10.
The lead cut to just 4 as they kick it away and turn things over to their D. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well, so that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field is still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
Check, 53's Mike.
Ready?
Faking the give to Lindsey. Here's Locke. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Slams. X3. 218. Chopper. Now.
I need one over here. 48. 48's the Mike.
Hey, zoom.
Let him know, let him know. Check, 48's the Mike. Check, 48's the Mike.
Get it.
They fake the handoff, now Locke. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Come on,
So
set.
line of scrimmage, still the 39 on 2nd and 10.
Hey, Delta.
48. Hey, we don't Mike the 48 right now. Let's go. Check tight end. Check tight. Check tight. Back, back, back. Bang, 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 bang.
Hey, Sam off.
He's checking Craig. Check, 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 check. Out, 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 out.
Hey, Alpha. 5.
Clock will try again on 2nd down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Here we go, here we go. 70, Indy.
A loss of 10 yards on
Go
the
ahead,
play.
take a seat.
It's
You
now
can't stop
3rd
me.
down.
Pilot, 64, weak.
Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Ready, set. Look at me. Door, door.
Kill, 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 kill. Hey, turn it out, turn it out.
Hey, 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 hey.
Check the call, check the call. Sponge, sponge, sponge. No, no, no.
Bravo. Snap.
On 3rd and long, it's Locke. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked up by the former first-rounder Artie Burns. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals, and if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
Yeah, yeah.
43. You ain't going nowhere. 43 is the mic, boys. 43. Check, check. 43. Watch the
Bam, bam.
Shoot, shoot.
Hey, seam 6, seam 6. Right.
Throwing on 1st down. Costello, nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
On second down and 4, Locke. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Mike Hilton. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he's in for 6 and a Steeler touchdown. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
I don't know. I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on, come on.
Fine. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is fielded at the goal line. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator?
This is caught inside the 15. And all the way home for a Broncos score. A big play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos have retaken the lead. McManus's point after is good. And that will make this a 4-point game. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Mike's 43. Mike's 43. I don't even know why this team showed.
Here's 2nd and 8. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Bradley Chubb racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
Got it.
A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down.
Hey, exit.
43 is the mic. 43 is the mic. You run. 43 is the mic. 43 is the mic.
Ready?
From the gun, Costello is going to float this one deep right side. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. The Steelers send out their punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Fielded at the 33. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Tight end left. Tight end left. 4 down. 4 down. Kill. Turn up. Kill. Turn up.
Smoke.
90 is a mic. Let's go.
Get it.
Clock now on 1st down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Stephon Tuitt able to shake free and get home for the sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Yep.
Win the rep. Let's go. Right here. 90 is a mic.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Block. Got a man open. It's Sutton. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
They don't
That's a gain of 6.
keep playing.
Brings up 3rd and 12.
Woo! Let's get it.
Let's go. 10 Lobo.
Tighten up. Pull it together.
5.
90 is a mic. I'm trying to collect. 90 is a mic.
Now.
On 3rd down. Block. And that is incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This will be from 56 yards out. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their history. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason.
Ready.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
31 yards there and a 1st down.
1st down, Steelers.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. Now Finley lost it. It's picked up by the Broncos. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line.
We just saw the dilemma for every coach. You want them to fight for the extra yardage, but somehow continue to cover the football. Oftentimes when you fight that hard, the ball becomes exposed.
Defensively, it's obvious they're trying to be more aggressive. First tackle a little too aggressive. Second one, though, they strip it loose. Good starting position for the Broncos here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43.
Let's get off the field.
Following the fumble recovery, it's Locke. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Looked like some hands both ways. They got it on the offense.
And sometimes there's a fine line between being the receiver and the DB, and he knocked that one away. Might have caused an incompletion that could have been an interception.
Indy.
Let's pick it up. It's our
Hey,
time.
orbit.
Get off the field. Let's get up.
Let go.
Locke working out of the gun. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. They'll run it now out of the gun. Give him 5 yards on the run there, but it'll leave him with a definite 3rd and long on the horizon.
I know you felt that one.
Brings up 3rd down.
Go!
Throwing on 3rd and long. Lock. He's going to fire one deep. He's got him in. Complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A good pickup there. 26 yards.
39-yard line.
Block now. 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, here's Locke. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the... And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they thought they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Tackled by Bradley Chubb, the number 5 pick in the 2018 draft.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Hey, Zoo.
Where's 52? Watch 52. 52's the mic.
Let's get it down.
No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose.
Good. 60 out now.
1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Steelers on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
Hey, Delta.
43 is the mic. Watch the curve. Watch the curves. Mike's 43. Mike's 43. Watch the run. Watch
Blue draw quarters.
check. Check hot route. Hot. Check.
They'll keep it on the ground. Penn. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13.
Lucky.
61, matchbox light. Hey, Alpha.
43 is the mic, boy. 43.
On 1st down, Costello. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So now then, the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal.
Any weapon.
Tighten up. 43 is the mic. 43 is the mic.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal.
Protein spill.
Mike's 43. Mike's 43. Here we go, D. Here I come again. Here I come again.
They'll keep it on the ground. Finley. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness. Think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
You got to think this is likely 4-down territory anyway, but they'll try to punch it in now on 3rd and goal.
Hey, wahoo! Come. Hey, seam 6. Go on. Hit it.
Operating from the gun. Costello. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10.
I think this is where we see how the game has moved along a little bit. Free safety, no blitz, but reads the play, has no responsibility in coverage, and takes a gamble and goes against the quarterback.
Well, is that a spot, though, where when he's coming, the quarterback needs to be able to find somebody or not necessarily?
Has to, because with that amount of time coming from the free safety position, someone should break open.
The lead cut to just 4 as they kick it away and turn things over to their D. This one fielded at the 5. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
Let's go now.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 14 yards there and a Denver first down.
Well, they didn't accomplish their goal. They didn't get a stop there, gave up another first down. They have all 3 timeouts in their pocket. I think defensively, you've got to start thinking about using them here.
I was just going to ask you at what point you think now's the go time?
I think now's the go time. I don't think you sit back and wait because they can take a lot of time off the clock between plays and run 3 to 4 and really put you in a stressful spot.
That's a gain of 4 here in the fourth quarter with them leading by 4 on the scoreboard.
Get it.
On second down, a run with Lindsey. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards.
Down. 60 or. Look at me. Zipper.
You got motion man right there.
Fight.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
Recon, 132 fighter. Hey, Charlie. Rock it. Hey. High 7. Now.
From the gun, it's Locke. Going for a right side here, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver first down. Locke now. Perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10.
4 down. Even.
Hey, Echo. Look, squeeze.
Locke now on 1st down. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. And this defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle.
Check 6 guys.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll take this from 147-yard line to the other, a gain of 6. And defensively trying to beat the 2-minute warning with a timeout, and they do. Calling it with 2:04 left. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Hey, Foxtrot.
48, Mike. 48, Mike. Come on, baby.
And the blitz does come. He wants it all for the end zone. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside at 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
Extra point from McManus is good, and that pushes the lead up to 11. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And tough to win games if you're going field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
We're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
43 is the mic.
X3. 2-8, hit it.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
On 1st and 10, Costello. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Lawrence. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down.
43 is the mic. 43 is the mic. Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys.
Pilot, 64. Lead Griffin.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is third down.
Hey, orbit.
23 is the mic. Come on,
get it.
From the gun, Costello. And that's knocked away and incomplete. Justin Lane there defensively that time to knock it free.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So with just over a minute to play, this becomes a make-or-break onside kick. And the Broncos are going to get the football. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though, now. This one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
Here we go. Set. 18 Gator.
55. I got one.
5.
The win for the Broncos, seemingly assured. They go down to a knee.
Let's go now. 10-2 stop.
Mike. You remember me? You remember me? Let's go, baby.
Now.
Locke, he's set to take a knee, and that should do it for this ball game. And that knee will do it. So they snap the losing streak. Always a good feeling.
Yeah, I don't know if this one right here, when they're taking a knee, is as much exultation as exhalation, right? They just breathe a sigh of relief. Finally got a win, needed one desperately.
So this one will wind up a Denver victory, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for Denver, the win will help them keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 6-3 on the year. And they'll get another home date next week as the Raiders will come to town. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, they'll lose an important one here as that drops them to 5-4 on the season. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.